Today we're diving into the fascinating world of Martin Luther and his struggle with scrupulosity. Martin Luther was a key figure in the Protestant Reformation, but his personal battle with scrupulosity is a lesser-known aspect of his life. Scrupulosity, or religious OCD, is a form of obsessive-compulsive disorder that involves obsessive concerns about sin and morality. Individuals with this form of OCD often have intrusive thoughts about committing sins, even when they have done nothing wrong, or are obsessed with thinking that they're not devout enough in their faith. This constant fear of sin can lead to compulsive behaviors such as prayer, confession, and self-punishment. Now, let's dive into Luther's life and his struggle with scrupulosity. And remember, if you dig what I'm doing, consider hitting that subscribe button. Martin Luther was born in 1483 in Germany and was raised in a strict Catholic household. From a young age, Luther was deeply religious and possessed a strong desire to please God. However, this fervent devotion soon turned into an obsession with sin and the fear of divine punishment. Luther's upbringing instilled in him a sense of guilt and unworthiness, leading to his relentless pursuit of spiritual perfection. He went on to become a professor of theology, composer, priest, and monk, best known for his role in the Protestant Reformation, which fundamentally changed the course of Christianity. Martin Luther's battle with scrupulosity began during his time as a monk in the Augustinian order. He was tormented by feelings of unworthiness, guilt, and fear of divine punishment. Rather than spending 5 to 10 minutes in confession, Luther would sometimes spend up to 6 hours a day in confession. 6 hours. He inflicted pain on himself by sleeping without a blanket on cold winter nights and would even whip himself, attempting to make amends for his sins. As someone who has also struggled with scrupulosity, the compulsion to confess my sins to others once had a strong grip on my life as well. Although I never made myself physically suffer, I can relate to some of the overwhelming guilt that Luther carried at various times in his life. And even though Luther didn't have access to the information we have today on OCD, he did engage in various ways in what we would now label as ERP, exposure response prevention, in which he began to expose himself willingly to his fears. In his book, Martin Luther's Obsessive-Compulsive Disorder, psychiatrist Ian Osborne makes clear that it was precisely through experiencing and curing his fears that Luther learned the truth about righteousness and faith. Without the benefit of his obsessional fears, one could argue the great reformer would never have pursued the Reformation at all. Luther's experience with scrupulosity deeply influenced his theological beliefs and teachings. He emphasized the importance of faith, grace, and the authority of Scripture in the life of a Christian. Luther's emphasis on individual faith and personal relationship with God continues to shape the beliefs and practices of millions of Christians worldwide. Remember that whatever mental health issue or personal struggle you might be facing, healing is always possible. Like Luther, God can redeem our broken lives and use us to change the world for His glory. Thanks for watching, guys.